Hello and welcome, wherever you're watching from right around the world, as these opening pitches from Osaka come in. Jed Thine joining me, Colin Hawley. Well, how are you, Slim? Lovely to be working with you this weekend. An Olympic qualifier, my friend. Someone's going to Paris.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stage set for this Olympic qualifying tournament. I know the athletes are rearing to get ready to go and play this game. It looks like we got some wind out there. The fans are bundled up, but we're going to have some rugby on offer today, Jed.
Well, they're braving the conditions. The magnificent Japanese fans. Look at these blokes. They are professionals. Look at them. No worry on those faces. These are some men hardened to the environment. Naturally, on the phone, possibly taking photos. And just checking the programs, because I know Colin Hawley has been. He's been slaving over the commentary notes. I haven't been quite so diligent myself, but then I guess it's because naturally I'm just very good. Colin, your anticipation for an Asian Olympic qualifier, from your time playing on the circuit, your exposure to the Asian teams, what are they kind of like? What are their characteristics?
Oh, they are just relentless. Absolutely. Coming over to the Hong Kong tournament, playing Hong Kong and a couple of these other teams. It's just relentless attack, relentless defense. It just seems like their fitness is on par with the best in the world. So it's going to be interesting to see how far they've come skill-wise and who's the best of the best on this pitch. But playing teams like this, they're just incredibly brave, really play to the last whistle, and they'll chase you down and chase down everything on the pitch. So expect a lot of heartfelt play today.
Well, there it is, in a nutshell. Relentless, remorseless. And they'll play to the absolute final tick. There's no doubt about that, as we saw in the last Olympic qualifier played in Incheon, where South Korea qualified for the Tokyo Games in what can only be described as, well, remarkable fashion. Two come from behind wins. One against China and the other against Hong Kong, China in the final. And they were absolutely relentless, South Korea, when they qualified for Tokyo. Who will it be at the end of this weekend? We will find out. As our two sides take the middle, all eyes on us as we ready ourselves for the opening game of the men's tournament at the Asia Rugby Regional Qualifier. Referee Tetsuka about to keep a very, very close eye on things. Stand by for action, fans. We're underway. China to kick. Korea in the blue. Nice feat of strength there. That's straight off the warm-up, so that's tips to the strength and conditioning coach. He's doing a good job there. Sneaking out for a little probe there. Try and feel out this Chinese defence. Red wall comes up pretty swiftly, doesn't it? It can really suffocate Korea, keeping them inside their own quarter and putting the pressure on now. Oh, good commitment on the ground. You've got to love that in rugby. So from their own line, the show. Now he goes through the change-up. Looks for his man. Has he got a fly coming? He may not need him. Oh, Korea! Well, they've opened them up like a tin of beans.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal from South Korea. Starting off with a kickoff with the lift. They got a great ball. Turn it over to the knockout, but they got it back. A nice little show and go, and just opened up in the middle of the defensive line for China. And this guy's just got gas. He had the sweeper to beat, round him around the outside, and scores the first try in the men's bracket here in this Asia Rugby qualifier. And he's got to feel good about that.
Well, doesn't look like a bloke suffering from any kind of nerves at all, really, does he? As Korea just gently nudged the 2 points over. And it's a 7-point spread now. Korea, well, China. What do you think happened there, Colin? Was it just a bit of miscommunication early by the defence?
A little miscommunication early. I think with that turnover ball, you've really got to get with your team and connect in the middle and make sure there's no gaps in the middle. I think that quick turnover ball was great for South Korea. They picked it up and went straight forward, seeing the gap. That's why turnover balls are so deadly in this game.
China field and come off their own line. Will they find a way through Korea as easily as Korea found a way through them? Not too sure about that. The referee's seen something in there he wasn't too keen on, and no. Relentless and litigious in Asia. Just quietly. The referee's having none of it. Korea from the tap start. Good robust defence out in the middle. Yes, you've got to roll away. Make the ball available. Look at that. Well. Calypso. Colin.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal strength. Getting the penalty, the quick tap, and the presence of mind just to go straight forward. Not rolling away in the tackle, straight at the mark. And look at that step off the right foot and just a missed tackle in the middle. If you're China, you've got to get down and hit those tree trunks and legs, but just the power to get in the contact and the meters after contact, getting over the line, and South Korea looking to bully a little bit here in the middle of the park.
Probably a good word for it at 14-0. They've almost startled China off the start there. Very unusual to see China roll over in front of their own posts, but a lot of this Korean squad will be very heavily experienced. Majority of South Korea's better players all operate out of Japan. So it's good to see they've been released for the Olympic qualifier in China now. Has he got support, this man? Korea, very well positioned around the ball. Good turnover. Now, have they got space? They won't need it. In fact, an error has occurred. And Koreans showing some good management on defence. Colin, retiring, getting back, forming up nicely around the breakdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job by China off that. And you thought they had a bit of purchase on the edge with the sweeper to beat. Great defense by the sweeper from South Korea. And just the support has got to be there for China. A little bit late, that ball pops out, but the presence of mind for South Korea to get on that ball and get that turnover. Unlucky to have a knock on.
China now, edging up. Off the halfway, they come running. Can they find a bit of room? Can they find some space? They can find some gas. Some good hustle out the very far side. A long way from the camera, as you can see. It's not too sure if that ball movement is as smooth as you'd like to see it, but it doesn't matter when you can break the gap. Will they pin him back? I don't think they'll get him. No way in the world. China return. 14-5, kick to come.
And that looks like Ma, the number 11 jersey. And that was an incredible switch. You watch this, back on the inside, that third defender for South Korea has got to be up at the line. He's got to make that tackle because you're pushing out to the outside edge. Great job by Ma, finding a little bit of space, a little bit of shimmy, and the gas to get it through to score the try. And China strikes back.
5-2 is 7. That's how the maths works in this game. Less than 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, it's a all-Asian affair at this Olympic qualifier. India, the UAE, Hong Kong, China. It's going to be some very, very contrasting styles of play across this weekend. I'd encourage you not to go anywhere. Here's Korea bring it up on the 50-5. Now they swing it. Where's China's defence at the moment? It's there. It's present all right. There's no doubt about it. Korea. Very smart work. Oh. Retains possession, but they lose any sort of go forward. And, well, it might be just one of the various aces up the sleeve that Korea have got. The old fake stumble. Look at that. Unnoticed when he picked the ball up, untouched when he went through the game line. And there we go. Korea, check him, Colin.
Yeah, absolute beauty. I mean, I just like the north-south rugby from Korea. Really, they're going ahead and put their heads down and just going straight at China. They pick up the ball up and just going for the corner and backing their pace. And that's Kim right there. And, great try by him. And just, the direct attitude South Korea's had in this game so far in the first 7 has been impressive.
Well, the conversion attempt from way out wide has gone sort of in the right direction, but not quite over the pace. As Korea lead China 19 points to 7. And for their first outing of the tournament, you'd have to say the team in blue are looking pretty competent. They're looking quite confident. China will be forced to perhaps just breathe quietly through the noses and just relax a bit. I think, Colin, in the first half, Korea has caught this Chinese side a little bit on the hop.
Yeah, we usually talk about starting on all 7 cylinders. You talk about the first try here, and it was off a turnover, knock on by China, and just going straight north-south rugby. If the gap is open in front of you, you got to take it, take what's on offer. And a great try there up the middle from South Korea to get the first points on the board. Back in here, South Korea gets in China's territory, just a quick tap in front of the sticks, and that's just all power from the number 6 getting over for their second try. But absolutely seeing China on the outside. It's a great move on the edge, nice switch play, a little bit of deception, with the South Korea defense. Sees China go through for their first score, and that's what they need to find a little bit more of their offensive shape. But again, here, just the dummy on the outside, defensive systems failing China a little bit, and just the north-south rugby of South Korea and their power is paying off.
Well, observations by former US Eagle, Colin Hawley. We shall benefit greatly from such wisdom this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. South Korea preparing to start the second half. It's time on. China to receive. 17, I look at the hustle and bustle of Korea. Yeah, they're really they are really putting it on this Chinese side.
I mean, you can just feel the pressure, Jed. Off the kickoffs, they're just up in China's face, contesting the kickoffs and putting the pressure on from the get-go. And we talk about starting on all 7 cylinders and 7s. You come out, you don't really have a lot of time to find your feet, so your warm-up has got to be super switched on. It just looks like South Korea came to play from the first second.
China trying to bust their way. Look at the power there. Taking 2, 3 Korean players with them, but they've tied it up enough. And there's no contest now that the referee's given them the advantage of the ball. Good hands by Korea. Now, will they get some space? Has a look on the outside. Good desperation tackle from China. So I can just feel that Korea might be able to break through. The referee gets down on the ground. It's not often you see that. Good to see, though. Some dirty knees on the ref. Korea keeping it towards the centre, looking for some holes, looking for an opportunity. They are making China really work at the moment. Missed there. There was a man on the outside. He didn't take him. Korea quite happy just to keep stuffing it up the middle third of the paddock. But it opens up out wide. And that is what you do call, Colin Hawley, relentless.
I mean, you look at that attack. Well, it starts with the defense, the turnover, and the tackle for South Korea, getting over the ball and getting a turnover. But right here, just getting through the tackler and forcing that outside defender to bite down, unleashing the winger, and just the skills to pin and pass after that defender committed. That's just great work from South Korea on the edge.
Less than 5 minutes remaining. And the conversion attempt on the grandstand touchline. Oh, well. Well, if he'd been playing Aussie rules, that would have been a goal. But we're not, and there's no need for me to confuse the issue. 24 points to 7. Korea dominating China here at the moment. Who you just get the feeling China are a bit surprised to be here. Nice, look at that. Look at the hang time on this one. All sorts of pressure on China. Ball goes sailing out wide. Korea's line looks pretty good. Gee whiz, he attacked that with a bit of pace, didn't he? Look at these guys go. China. Well, maybe they have come to the party. Up to halfway they come now. Back towards the grandstand touchline. Couple of little jinks as he the man just overran him. Backdoors it. Korea looking to hold it up. No, they can't. You've got to let him go. Referee quickly on it. China. Keep the go forward. Now they've got some space. And yes, the People's Republic of China. 5 points, 12 for China, 24 for Korea with the kick to come.
Yeah, that was a great response by China, getting the ball to the outside, and watch this pin and pass onto the edge. And again, it came from the earlier offensive power from China, getting some go forward on their attack, making sure that the support was there, hitting one side of the pitch, coming back to the other, and really stretching that defense. That opens up those corners for those kinds of tries. Great job by China, getting their offensive shape, finding a bit of their power on attack.
The restart by China, it's tipped back nicely. Possibly a bit of a holy special, just quietly. Now Korea, they pounce upon it. 2 metres short of the halfway. Some difference of interpretation by the Koreans and the Japanese ref. It doesn't matter because China's got the ball now. Late arriving. What options have they got? They're just going to go man on man and try and beat the lot. He does, and he can. Well, goodness me, Colin. What can you say?
And again, China's finding their form here. It might be South Korea came out on fire, and fitness is one of the biggest issues in sevens. You got to play all 14 minutes here, and China just doing a great job battling back into this match. Take a little broken play. Great job of the breakdown, and it's just stepping back inside 2 defenders and beating the third coming over from that heat of support on the inside. Great heads-up play. Second try for the number 11. And China's back in this. Wang doing a great job for his squad.
Well, if the whole idea was to host a surprise party, perhaps that's the invite that China got. Korea now, incredibly, after looking like they were going to walk away with it, have now got to really play for it, and they've got 90 seconds left, and the rev counters could be going to the absolute maximum. No, they won't. Oh, no. He's just going to stroll this one in. Try Korea, 29-19. A minute left in the game, and you'd just be taking a little bit longer than usual about this one, wouldn't you, Paul?
Yeah, just look at this ball on the outside. Step back inside, one defender there, and that's the whole part of sevens. You see the 3 Chinese defenders on the outside. That inside defender has to work so hard across that pitch. That's why those step backs are so deadly, especially when you have support on the inside for that offload. Moving that ball from left to right of the pitch and stretching that defense opens up those holes in the middle, and Park did a great job sitting there waiting for that offload, and support scores tries in rugby.
.20 seconds remaining in this opening fixture of the men's draw for the Asia Rugby Regional Olympic Qualifier. It's a long road to go before the final on Sunday night. Who will it be? Qualifying from Osaka to as China take the hooter, and they have the ball. That should be game, set, and match. Korea, a first-up win against China in reasonably confident form too. China, Colin Hawley, thoughts and comments?
Yeah, I thought Korea came out on fire, did a great job pulling their way into this match, setting the tone early. But China, great job battling back to get back in this match. finding a bit of their power on attack was a great job. But, you know, Korea just going ahead and getting the job done, scoring that late try, putting it out of the reach of China. And both these squads should be proud of the way they started this tournament. But South Korea getting the better of China on this occasion.
Oh, I'd love to talk through this.
Yeah, great job by South Korea. That was the first opening score. And just seeing that try, South Korea started well. And again, back on the inside. Nice ball, pin and pass on the outside. That's just a great job and rugby skill on the edge, committing that outside defender and getting it to that free winger and scoring a try. China back on the attack here. Nice quick tap penalty, moving that ball out to the outside, finding space, and nice little step and go, but holding that defender to release the wing. That's so important to start off those skills in sevens in this tournament. And right here, the go-ahead try at the end. Nice step back on the inside. Support scores tries in sevens. Open lane on the inside, dotting it down, putting it out of reach for China. And a great job by South Korea getting over the try line.
Welcome back, live and direct from Yodoko Sakura Stadium in Osaka. It's the second bracket of men's games in this Olympic qualifying event. Joining me on commentary, I'm Jed Thine, here's Colin Hawley, and it's China versus India. What do you think of this menu, Colin?
I like both these squads. China got going a little bit late in their match with South Korea, but they definitely got some firepower on their squad. They seem to find their shape a little bit later in the match. They seem to have started out the gate a little slowly. So hopefully China comes out firing from the beginning whistle. India at the same time, I think they need to go ahead and increase their defensive prowess a little bit, get up there, make some more tackles. They really got done in by a couple of offloads, so getting in those passing channels. But again, all to play for here in this Olympic qualifier tournament. Pretty exciting stuff here, Jed.
Well, conditions are improving for the spectators. Now making their way to the field. Got a lollipop, making a bit of noise, having a great time outside. Thanks very much. Great opportunity to take the grommets down to the park and let them run around a wee bit, or not. Yeah, I'm in. Rock and roll.
Oh, what do they got going on there, buddy?
Oh, you know, it'd be someone dancing with a pineapple on their head.
Yeah, one of the TikTok videos that all the young ones are into.
Fashionista, though, look at it. International sporting events bring a cornucopia of fast food and convenience items. No place better to get them than in Japan. All is in readiness. Just to make you aware, you might want to cancel your life for the second game in this bracket. It's a humdinger. And when I say a humdinger, I mean it's going to be a beauty. Japan taking on Korea coming up next. But before we go there, in the red is China, in the blue is India. And we are getting ready for a start. The Chinese, somewhat startled by Korea in their first game, got some rubber on the road late in the game and narrowed the gap back, should I say, narrowed the gap in a worrying fashion for Korea, who eventually got away on them in the end.
Looks like we got a bit of sunshine here. The wind might have died down from the earlier matches, so beautiful rugby to play on this pitch.
Well, let's hope the occasion's befitting of the music.
India, let me know when you're ready.
This is heart-raising stuff here. India's ready. There's the thumbs up. That's the international all good signal. China will be looking to improve. India, well, as my esteemed colleague said, they need to muscle up a bit more in defence, and let's face it, in this tournament they're going to get plenty of opportunities. And straight off the bat, China claim it. India forced to watch. Wrong position. It's tap and go. The Chinese are on a hot plate here at the moment. Up and over into the 22. From way out wide on the far side, the Chinese come back towards the grandstand. Seeking the safety of the 15-metre line. And when I say he's big, he's a whopper. Look at the size of him. China now. 3 passes they've gone the far side. Just getting in there a little bit further. There's an infringement. It's all going to end in points. And it does. 5-0. 6 minutes remaining. Colin Hawley, would you say 6 or 7 cylinders firing there?
Oh, that's absolutely 7 cylinders firing for the Chinese. I mean, beautiful take off the kickoff to get them going in this match and just pumping downfield. Nice little dummy outside, but north-south rugby when you need to. When you're bigger than your opposite and giving that dummy, getting the fend out there to get off the defender, getting over for the try. But that's what we saw from China a little bit later in their first match against South Korea. Finding their shape on attack and really getting serious about bringing their physicality to that attack. Great shape by the Chinese.
5-0. No joy from the conversion kick. China with the restart. And Colin Hawley, ladies and gentlemen, made the point about the kickoffs being a real point of difference.
Just wait here first.
And you would have to say he was quite committed when he went after that. Colin, perhaps a little bit too much.
The game's come a long way, and you hate to see that.
Just want to check
You get up in the air, and you're really competing for that ball at its apex coming up, and you got nothing underneath it. But look at him ladder up, and he is up there in the air, and just the Indian player just trying to get up. He just ladders up, but over the top. Have another look at it here. Look at the athletic ability to go ahead and leap 2 hands up and just clipped underneath.
Right?
That's smart. A couple of times on the circuit. Definitely found myself in that position. It does not feel good coming from that height and landing on your back.
Landed from back.
Well, I think the backroom discussion here at the moment might be the red card.
Yeah, not clear from head or neck.
So generally you have to ladder up and compete for the ball. If you're going up and you're not making an attempt at the ball, you're just cutting out the contester in the air. That is a penalty.
Well, he was done for all money, wasn't he?
Yes.
The Indian athlete. Sun's not a very convenient place, let's be honest. So,
19.
but look at that.
Blue 19.
How could you not see that coming? Good heavens.
19?
And he's taken a hit that Evil Knievel will be proud of.
15.
15. Okay. So it's still going to be a yellow card because you land on the back.
Yeah, looks like
the lesser of the two evils.
You want scrub?
Slice of cheese for India, I would think. There he is, right. Time for you to breathe deeply and reflect.
Time on. Hold it. Blue, come forward.
Yeah, that's a proper yellow card there. I think it would have been hard done for a red. It looked like his eyes were on the ball. Just, you've got to get up there, you got to contest, or you got to give it away for that person up in the air going for that fill.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because that really is the point of difference. Looking at it doesn't mean you're going for it. Speaking of going for it, he's gone for it. Oh, and he's got it.
And a nice try off the set piece. India with the yellow card and just deciding to go weak side, and you've got to defend that blind. It's just a 2-on-1 right there. Really too easy for China to go ahead and pin a pass. You do that rep after rep on the training paddock, and just with one man down, they're going to be hard-pressed to go ahead and stay in front of the Chinese.
Here's a question for you, Colin. How do the better teams, your Australians, your South Africas, the US, how do they, when they go to 6, how do they muscle up and stop that from happening? Yeah,
so you're playing a little softer at that 9 roll, the scrum half roll at the scrum, and that hooker breaks out generally to the left-hand side. But really, after that engagement at scrum down, you've really got to release quickly. You're not looking to win the ball at scrum down. You're looking to get out of that scrum and get in your defensive line to stop that attack.
Backwards.
Words from the super coach. China on the attack now. They've got them on this side as well. Oh, they're raining down the Chinese. Into the corner they look. 6 men out there. That's great. That's a great bit of work by India to snuff out that momentum, but it may not be enough. In fact, I don't think it will be. Here come China now. shut down out wide. You've chased them hard up the middle of the paddock. China just keep bashing away. Relentless.
And that's a good heads-up play by the Chinese. Let me tell you, right there with India being a man down, it's called a bounce play. You have this ball going to the open side. You have all your players right there back up from that initial phase play, and they get back on their feet and they realign on that weak side. So that ball carrier fakes to go to the strong side and comes back to where that previous play was at. All the players are on their feet, and that India defense just shifted to the open side of the field, leaving open all that grass and the overlap on the outside. Beautiful stuff from the Chinese.
15 points to 0. Don't forget that game coming up next. You might want to put the do not disturb sign out. It'll be a beauty. The first real big hit out. Japan versus Korea. India take the ball calmly on that occasion. Different sort of kickoff though, wasn't it? They working around into a little bit of space, but they look flustered. They look pressured. Slowed down to yet. We'll be pretty keen to slow things down too, just quietly. Yellow card has gone back to the full complement now.
Now here's a good opportunity for India to go ahead and set piece scrum down at halfway. Really try to figure out how to get your attacking pattern. Most teams like to hit the edges in the 15s to stretch that defense and then bring it back and try to make that defense work.
India now losing territory as China comes up and forces them backwards. Down the sideline they fly, China. India forced into the spectating role. Not held. The slam dunk. 5 more points to China. Emphatically showing themselves in this half. India, well, the question marks remain.
Yeah, nice job off the turnover, hitting the edge and stretching the defense. You've got 3 Indian defenders right there and just choosing to go straight up in between 2 defenders. You run at tree limbs, not tree trunks, and just getting the ball back up, not held, and dotting it down. Great job. Just north-south rugby from the Chinese.
Conversion. No threat to the pace. China 20, India 0.
It's a great show of strength there from Lee, just getting up and going straight at the defense. Backing yourself and your strength to get through that gap, even though you got men on the outside. Have a go, buddy.
So, India making some corrections to the table.
Time on.
Well, there's a variety of sounds here to say that it's over. The Chinese might have the final word. Look at him go. Just drops it down into first gear and keeps on trucking. Well, they're looking vulnerable out wide, India. And they are. And it's 25-0 with the kick to come. How do you talk to India at halftime here, Colin? How do you keep the chins up and get them refocused?
Well, you got to start at the kickoff, right? And you got to win that point first, and then the game gets a little bit easier once you maintain possession. I mean, China just pretty much, I know they've got some height on there, but you've got to contest it. I know they got dinged with the yellow card early, but you've got to have your jumpers right there in the front of the line, get up and contest those balls and make a mess of it. From there, it becomes a lot easier. But I just think if you're India right now, you've got to come together as a squad and start getting dedicated to that tackle area. Just seems like China's going north-south, and in the game of rugby, you just got to make your one-up tackles.
Time for highlights, Hawley. Have a breath, mate, and go again.
Here we go. The quick tap penalty. China's doing a great job, and we talked about north-south and making tackles. China just showing their strength, going straight through the gap right there and having a try. And that's the yellow card offense. Trying to make something happen there on the kickoffs. You just got to get up there and contest the ball. That undercut is going to get you sit down in the naughty chair for 2 minutes. And then again, after the yellow card, this is just an easy pin and pass on the corner, going blind side, and easy as you like for the winger. It pins his ears back and does what wingers do best, gasses it on the corner and scores a try. And right here at the end, this was that bounce play on the outside. Again, India down a player. They faked the ball to the open side and come back weak side. They had 4 players on their feet and just had a great overlap. And then just to cap it off, straight through the guts, that was Lee, just going straight in between 2 defenders. If you're India, somebody's got to call that man out and just put a shoulder on a thigh and get that man down.
Question time. Now, what's the process here? India's had a yellow card in the first half. Will he have a hearing tonight to see if he can play tomorrow, or will he be allowed to float in this tournament with 1?
That's a good question, Jed. I think he's going to be...
Oh, I'm full of good questions, mate. That's what I do. That's what I do. Second half action. There's no question about that. India with the ball. China to receive in the red. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome along. Jed Thine here. Colin Hawley over there. And Rugby Sevens right in front of you. China. Take a deep kick-off. So effectively, they've kicked the ball away. And now there's trouble brewing. Out wide. Palms the first couple of blokes. Oh, yeah, like that. Good stuff, India. It's like that. At the breakdown. Showing a bit of commitment. A bit of Now they have to get up and after it. China threatening down the far touchline. Quite happy to just let the ball do the work at the moment. And it's working pretty well for them. Stole another couple of yards up the middle. Starting to just break down this Indian defence, but that's, well, hats off to the Indians here. They've had to work hard.
That's phenomenal stuff from the India squad. We talked about what they needed to do and get up and start making tackles, commit to the tackle, come up in a line and start putting their physical will in this game. But a great job putting those big bodies of the Chinese down and getting that turnover. That's exactly what they need to get back in this game.
Scrum time, it's not like 15s, but it's still pretty important. 6 bodies all in the one place. There's plenty of space once this ball gets moving like this. India looking for gaps. There's one there. Now they need some pace. There's a little bit there. Chinese swooping on the contact area, and they weren't there quick enough. And this is how the tune can change in this format of the game. And now they're whistling a different tune. Oh, you have it. Oh, generosity knows no end. China, 32 points with the kick to come. And India, well, got off the halftime break. Some sterling work on defence.
Yeah, nice job by
Colin. They're too good. They're too good.
Nice job by Wang going on the inside. They pass that ball to the interiors. They get a better angle on that kick, but unlucky for India. They had that ball. They had a nice break up the middle, but you've got to have support there. The sweeper came up and did a great job, got his hands over the pill and got that turnover. And turnovers in this game just kills. And China's doing a great job of quick tapping the ball through the mark and moving that pill to space. And just like that, they got to try. But here again, here's the break from India, and where's the support? Just way too late. You've got to be hands on that runner to get that person over the ball out of there and retain possession. Unlucky for India.
Tough old day after a couple of games of footy. One left for the day. This is the second bracket in the men's tournament. 3 hours of international sevens coming from the Asia region. As we hunt for the one team that will qualify for the Paris Olympics. $54 points to know. The sun starts to dip into, well, what could be kind of an irritable angle very soon, I would think. Well, indiscretions from India won't be making things any easier. China have hit their stride in their second outing for the tournament. Certainly found their feet here. This bit of Chinese rubber has certainly hit the road, Colin.
Yeah, nice ball to the outside, and you just got a one-on-one on the edge. One of the most difficult instances in rugby sevens is having a big old winger like that on the edge. Nice skip pass out to the outside. One-on-one opportunity, just dips his shoulder into the tackler, and you just can't lose your feet if you're on defense. You got to keep on driving through that tackle and grab onto that guy on the outside. Lou, again, doing a great job, dipping his shoulder, keeping his feet going, and powering through that tackle and getting a score for China.
He's a big hitter, isn't he? Oh, Liu. Another one of these giants from the northern provinces. Probably quite a few potatoes in that diet too, I'd say. And now they're pressuring on India. They need to slip the noose if they can. That's the way. There's a bit of space here. Righto, mate. Get on your horse.
Play off the foot.
You heard the referee try to go over the top, and
Off it.
I think I recall Richie McCaw doing that, the full over the top and under cliffhanger approach.
I haven't seen many lineouts so far in this tournament. Let's see what India has in the line of touch.
Come in. Blue, lie down here for you.
Well, interesting in the Hong Kong-China game. Was it, or is it Morgan White telling the players he wasn't going to let them walk in, which was, it's been a long used tactic in 15s to set your timing and disrupt the defence by just having guys arrive at different times. So they're obviously pretty much onto it in sevens. Doesn't seem like we're going to see any of that kind of trickery. A few hands in the bowl there by China, but effectively I would think they're just trying to put the fire blanket on this now.
Tackle release.
10 seconds remaining. Have a crack, you blokes. India now, ball in hand. They try and roll the dice. Can he find someone back on the inside? This could keep going, India. Come on now. Right. All they've got to do is whistle it wide. No. Maybe this time.
Advantage.
Probably not the way to go as they head into the forest.
Offside here.
Here's an opportunity. Oh, they get one. Well, it's the old saying, Colin, the first you don't succeed, try again.
Oh, you love to see it. India have been working so hard this match, and just the ball gets out here and you want them to ship it wide. Find something, just winding up, and then the switch back inside finding a bit of space on the interior of the defense of China, and the sideline of the Indian squad cannot be happy enough to get points on the board. Great way to end the game if you're India after a hard-fought match against a very big, well-established Chinese side.
Well, they've had two good looks at two very good units, India and, well, firstly China. And they've taken a point away from that, so that's
Good call on the offside.
a feather in the cap. But China, the People's Republic, starting to perhaps get its roll on. Where will it end? And that's a good enough performance for teams like Hong Kong, China, UAE, and maybe Thailand to sit up and take notice of.
Yeah, definitely a strong performance from China. We talked about how they started with South Korea. They were a little sleepy, but not in this match against India. They came out on fire with the try right there. An early yellow card from India put them on their back foot off that kickoff. You got to come up. You've got to contest that kick. Those undercuts will get you at 2 minutes in the naughty chair, and just a little bit of north-south rugby. Great heads-up play, getting tackled, releasing the pill, getting to your feet, and dotting it down. China came to play, and it showed in their matchup here. Now ball to the outside. Nice dip down with the shoulder. Just a one-on-one contest on the edge for the winger. And dots it down for another Chinese try. And here we go. India at the end of the match. The dummy, the wind up, and the switch back inside. A little deception. Late switch move, and they finally get a try at the end of the match. Great job by India to finish well.
A little bit of the old abracadabra there by India.
Contact area, make these really hard charging runs, and set the tone with the physicality. Their game kind of follows after that, so we're looking forward to them to kind of come out owning the physical battle, because this Japan side is up for the task. They are absolutely impressive. Number 5, Karevi, has been absolutely fantastic for this squad. Really big runner and playmaker.
Keep your eye on the Chinese number 6, Lu. He is he's a mountain of a man and dispels any theory of Chinese men not being very big. This guy is a genuine whopper. Oh, they look G'd up. They look buoyed up. Here we go.
Oh, the hometown crowd is up for it.
Someone lit a bomb. The old let's go.
Is that a Mario in the crowd over there? I think it is.
It's a Mario there, mate. You know it is. You know it is.
All right, guys. The most loyal fan in Japan rugby right there.
You know it. Oh, yeah. Strumming up a storm. Mission impossible. Well, is it?
Mission
Or isn't
probable. Mission probable here for Japan.
Mission. Exactly right. Yes. If the fans thought their team had 1 foot on the plane, well, it's for good reason. But if there's a team in the field that might be able to spoil the parties, upset the drink cart, take the last apple, it could be the guys wearing blue. There they are, Japan and China. And they could be well up for it. You never can tell. Craig Chan of the Hong Kong China Referee Society, and his hair is perfect. It's sensational. There'll be a close-up of Colin, don't worry.
That's a pretty bad hair envy up here.
There's the signal from referee Chan. The flag is dropped. The game is on. China takes it. Oh, well, yeah, don't be too surprised the rugby ball's coming. Straight into the thick of it. Already, you sense a little bit more tempo in this game. A little bit more vim, a little bit more vigour.
Tackle, got the rope.
Tap and go. Well, they're pretty keen to play this game at a fair clip already. Probably approaching the speed that you recognise, Colin.
Yeah, this is fantastic pace to start the match. We talked about ending the day well. And whether China came out on fire or not, it's looking like it's going to be a battle.
Well, they don't mind the physicality. In fact, if it comes to the crash and bang, you just about give China a bit more credit. But we've seen the smarts, we've seen the intelligence from Japan. We'll be quite happy just to weather this. Maybe let the Chinese side blow out a bit. Who knows? It's been a lot of effort, but they still haven't gone past halfway.
Yeah, a lot of crash balls. One pass rugby coming back into the meat of the defense. Rugby sevens, you really got to spread that ball. Let the ball do the work and get the edges.
So, into the Japanese half the first time. They grass it. Japan, 2 passes, resulting in 5 points. And the fans go delirious.
And that's great ball by Japan, making them pay for the turnover pill. China looked to be good on attack there, but again, they kept on going back inside to the meat of the defense, where the defense just gets to sit there right in the middle of the pitch. You've got to get them moving, but Japan is so quick on that turnover ball. It's one of the best balls you can get in Rugby Sevens. Getting that turnover, moving it to a person, coming at pace, and scoring a try. That's what you want.
Seven points. Japan leading China in the first half.
15.
On day one. Wow. They sucked up a bit of pressure
10.
and then replied directly. And it looks like they're on the front foot again, Japan. Now, what do the playmakers got to say here? Do they look over the top? He goes there. They'll take him right down into the corner. Oh, look at that one. What about that one?
Oh, did he knock it on?
No, and he's grasped it.
Advantage.
And he knows it. Well, he scored that try before he got there. Well, what a step, though. Oh, that was exciting.
I mean, that was a great dynamic move at the wing, and what a defensive effort from the Chinese defender. Coming in there, a little bit of confusion from the knock-on from the kickoff and just moving it to the edge. And unlucky there from Japan to get their second try, but a great defensive effort from China.
Make sure you take the hit, okay?
Well, that might almost be worth 7 points. That tackle.
Time back on, crouch.
Doesn't look like
Fine.
opportunities to score are going to come too frequently in this first half. A little bit of tomfoolery up front. And the advantage being played, I think, to China. As they come out and away from their try line.
Finish over.
And away they go. And they'll let him run because there's no way they'll get him. It's a crazy mixed up world, Colin, and this proves it.
I mean,
Try time.
talk about a turn of the tide for China with that try-saving tackle, saving 5, maybe 7 points, getting that turnover, and just right here hitting the guts of the Japan defense, just picking your eyes up, picking the ball up, north-south rugby. I find a little bit of a half gap and just jets to get down the field, and that's how you respond after a great defensive effort and getting out of your own end. And that's what we're talking about. Some teams are electing to kick themselves out of trouble, but if you keep on pressing and attacking, you get those tries like Sean just did, picking up that ball from that ruck and getting around the corner and scoring for your squad. I mean, what a great moment for the Chinese to level the score at 7 apiece.
Well, effectively, that try-saving tackle was worth 14 points.
Totally.
Not got advantage.
Now, Japan starting again. And
No advantage.
that
Not going first.
Wasn't
in the
just-
air. Scrum, Japan.
a chink in the armour, that was a full-blown hole. And they've been cut, the Japanese. Probably didn't quite expect that. Certainly will not be liking it.
Let mature boys out before you go. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Be interesting to see where their heads are at now,
Crouch.
because China gave them a good old ringing.
Set.
Crucial period of time before the half. Japan, oh, the drop-off. They squeezed themselves, they pushed themselves, they forced themselves up towards the halfway. Oh, he's elusive, this bloke, isn't he? Unbelievable. He's pretty good at just getting that slip. He can generally take the first bloke.
Pause out. Play on.
Great work by China at the breakdown, but very, very, very bravely hung on to him.
Man pass the ball. The blue one, knee on the floor.
Well, she's getting pretty hot in there, Colin.
Yeah, I love the contest at the breakdown, getting scrappy. That's a great thing about Rugby Sevens. You can get so many turnovers from just isolated runners if you have your head up around that ball hawking position. Unlucky for China to get that there, but Japan looking very dangerous with ball in hand, and China doing whatever they can to stop them from getting their forward momentum.
Let's go. Count.
Well, I don't mind saying that Japan have had the wobble put in them there
Set.
for a minute or two, and maybe this will just go straight to the touchline.
Back across.
China's tail is well in the air. Dispatched them at scrum time. Now he's cut them on the angle. He floats one out. Can this Blake redeem himself? Oh, stop it. They park up. Midway, 22 and try line. Now they swing it to the centre. Over she goes. All eyes for the corner. You betcha.
And the home
Try
crowd
7.
is ecstatic with that try. You thought China had him in the scrum, got the penalty, but this nice skip pass out to the outside to the gasser on the corner. And that's beautiful Rugby Sevens to end the half for Japan to answer back. And yes, they did have a bit of a wobble there, but great job on the corner by the winger to go ahead and get that try at the hooter. But what a fight in the first half, Jed.
And the conversion to make it count. It's 14-7. Don't go anywhere, punters. This second half's going to be a ripper. What a contest so far. It's good to see. And break out the notebooks, because here comes Colin Hawley with the analysis from above.
And here we go, take another look. There's the Japanese squad and China getting ready, and it was physical out the gate. China doing a great job. Look at the support there in plenty. Passing up on a couple passes inside, but this little turnover right there. Nice pass to the outside. Japan just leaps on that turnover ball, moves the pill outside, and gets the first try off a turnover ball. You thought China had the momentum. A bunch of big forward runners in the middle of the park. And right here, right in the middle, what they're trying to do there, bumping off defenders. And right there, no pillar at the breakdown. Nice heads-up play to go ahead and pick up and go yourself, son, and get the try to level the score 7 apiece. And right here, you thought China, with that counter, had something going on. And right here, there was the penalty. Pulling off the top of the ball, leading to a Japanese try at the other end.
Colin, in the last few minutes of that first half, did your eye track anything different about the way that Japan responded? Did they change anything up to what you saw?
Essentially, they're going back to their game plan. Truly, they're dealing with a very large, aggressive Chinese squad. It looks like they're challenging at the breakdown at scrum time. They're really being effective at the breakdown and letting the ball do the work. They got some dangerous runners on the outside, and they got that try at the end of the half by letting the ball do the work, sticking to their pattern, and going wide, side to side, and let the wingers do some work and stretch the defense.
Release.
Second half is underway. A penalty for
Scrum call.
China. So, well, well, I won't say ill-disciplined, just probably playing right to the edge of the law
Stop, please.
and getting picked off by a very fine referee.
Both hands off, then can go. So it's one hand, it's not okay.
I certainly think
Both
China are
hands.
ahead on the penalty count.
Ruck.
They are causing
Scrum. Okay, let me
this
check,
Japanese side,
Okay, let's go set up, please.
well, been the first team to make them double take situations all day.
Going crouch.
So
Fine.
it would appear that the cakewalk's over. The tournament has begun.
Stay Hoka.
China from the set piece. Holding some numbers in there. Oh, they are big. They are aggressive. You're dead right, Colin Hawley. We've got no problems taking it straight at them.
White 8, no release. Scrum call.
Oh, China's here for it. Absolutely here for it. They've been pretty dominant. Look at the size of these Chinese forwards. I mean, they fancy their chances getting that good shove on there and having a good set piece ball instead of going quickly. Isolate some of those defenders in that scrum down.
Come off. Crouch, then you go down. Okay, let's go. Crouch.
Well, and it looks like the wind's picked up as well,
Fine.
blowing from right to left, I think, as we look at the screen. And oddly enough, for the team running into the wind, that can have a positive effect. Those long passes, the ball's always going to be coming into you. Oh, he's a big man. The Chinese now just, well, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, isn't it? That's sort of the way they're going about it. Chan calls play on. 14-7, 4.5 minutes remaining. Japan really being made to earn their paycheck tonight. Uh-oh. Can they get him? They can't get him. They won't get him. And it's 14-12 with a kick to come.
That is just fantastic fight from China. I mean, they are absolutely getting brutal with this match right now. A lot of hard runs in the middle of the pitch, but using this ball to the outside. Nice little step here, but then again, that winger over pursuing on the outside in the defense, just opening up that inside channel. And that's what wingers do best, exploiting that space. If that defender's crossing over you too soon, you've got to take that inside gap. But China has the pace to go ahead and get through and score the try, leveling it 14 apiece. And we got a match, Jed.
Oh. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Wake the kids up if they're asleep. Get them into the room together. The Asia Rugby regional qualifier for the Olympic Games just went bang. Oh, that's an accurate restart too, and they get some skin on the ball as well.
No. Hold the throw, please, Cap. Now,
Well,
Cap.
what sort of temperament
Japan, come here.
has this
Come.
Japanese
Stop, come
group
Yes.
got?
Stay, stop.
Will they be decisive? Or will they go to the bench and start wheeling out some of the big hitters? Speaking of which, now they're starting to make inroads. Japan finding a crease or two on this Chinese defence. The in and away didn't quite work.
Action roll.
Referee Chan is having zero of it. So, a moment to gather themselves. The resources, as my friend Colin Hawley would say, are well gathered there in that part of the field. Time to spread them out, and they do, and they have a go on the outside. Luda Liu can't quite get away.
Force out.
And this Japanese defence being asked to do a lot of work, a lot of heavy work too. A lot of hot work at the breakdown as well. Another scathing run. Almost a reconnoiter around the defensive line. China on the outside, and he goes. It's Liu. Liu hasn't got the pace to go all the way, but he's not silly either. You can't do that in international sevens.
Get back 10, please.
And the cheese is produced,
Way out.
and the chair is brushed off.
Knockout.
Oh, that's
He's gone for 2 minutes.
That's a huge blow for Japan right there. The intentional knock-on, throwing it out.
Come on, stop, please.
Yellow card, and now Japan down a player for the remainder of this match. And it's coming down to this, the final minute. China looking for a big possession here.
So same message as I tell your teammate, do not leave the scrum early, okay?
Well, that was fairly clear from
Yeah,
referee
still
Chan.
waiting, Still waiting.
What sort of change have the Chinese made here? They've gone for a bit of mobility, perhaps. He's a big man as well. Going with this final 60 seconds.
Okay,
Oh, you'd be hurting too after a long day on the paddock.
same thing. You in or out? Outside and back.
Could be an Olympian, though. You could be an Olympian. This could be the minute.
Time back on.
This could be the moment.
Set!
Time readjustment on the clock. Coming off 1 minute 20. But she's sinking, and it's sinking fast. Less than 70 seconds left. China having a look at the corner. Japan's over there. They've got them covered. Well, they're not really getting anywhere near the ball at the moment. They're in control, China. They're looking for a way through. Oh, just about got a way through.
White 5 offside, last breakdown. White 5 offside.
So they all calm down. Calm down. Let's have a scrum call.
Last one was on you, 5 offside.
Well, have they got it?
All right, let's go.
Can they do it? Will it happen?
Okay, here.
I'll tell you one thing that's happened, Colin. You can't hear that Japanese crowd very loudly, can you?
Everybody's holding their breath right now to see if Japan can
we
hold
go.
on.
It's either that or old mate's
Crouch.
been handing out the sake to everyone.
Fine. Set.
Right, here we go. From the 22. Good heave from Japan, but he's picked it up and gone. He's got them. He's skinned them. And China are going to walk off with it.
Absolutely incredible from China. What a performance, coming out on fire. We said they needed to start physical, and they brought the heat in this matchup against Japan. What a game. Japan getting that late yellow card for that intentional knock-on with a man down, and just too easy off that set piece, just a pick and go around the corner. I think the defender was too eager to defend that outside channel. Just left it open in the middle. Take another look at the highlights here. What an incredible matchup in this Olympic qualifier. Japan doing a great job here, getting the ball out to the outside. Look at that pass, 20 meters out the outside. Wonderful use of space and skill. And they're looking on form there for a minute. But here we go, China on the attack on the outside. And here the winger's going to do a little bit of work on the outside. The defender over pursuing, a little too soft for my liking. Too much space. Or that man right there, absolutely jacked to go ahead and dot down under the sticks, and that's how you respond. Keeping them in the match for this moment at the end. Nice scrum to pick up, and the defender just gets sat down. And that'll do it. China comes away with the victory. Absolutely emphatic.
Well, they found a way when few others.
China versus Hong Kong China. And I've got to say, Hong Kong China looking very composed and confident. Big win over the UAE last night, and they're looking like the team to beat so far in this tournament. Taking a look at the lineups. Lots of great players here. Got to look at number 16. Wang's been pretty phenomenal for China. But also on the Hong Kong China side, you've got Russell Webb, the 10, the playmaker, doing an awesome job. But number 4, Max Denmark. He's an absolute weapon for this Hong Kong China side, contesting kickoffs and scoring tries in the corner. The man can do it all. Got some Chinese supporters in the crowd, here to support their squad. A bunch of Olympic hopefuls. And look at that camera lens. Bringing the tools right now to get the action. You gotta love it. Better day than yesterday. Looks like a warmer one. We had a lot of cold weather and wind yesterday. The fans were all bundled up, but we've got a beautiful, beautiful day here for the final day of these qualifiers. A Rugby Sevens player's dream to be on this pitch in these conditions at this event, at this stage. You dream about this, all to play for here as Hong Kong China, and China comes up next. And here we go, running onto the pitch. We've got the men in black. They were wearing white yesterday, donning the dark kit. Hong Kong China on your right, China in red on your left. And we've got ourselves a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to this as we start this match. We've got Tetsuka with the whistle. He's been great on the weekend managing this match, which I can just assume if I was betting the man, it will be on the boil. There's Russell Webb being lifted. Jumping pod in the restart. Game so important to maintain possession. It's been a big contest this weekend. Who's going to win the battle in the air? And we're off and running. Denmark, 2 hands up, snatches out of the air, and that's what he brings to this match. Around the corner, and the weapon making his presence known early here, and what a start for Hong Kong China, but what an individual effort. Wonderful. It's taking a look, ladders up, 2 hands, even with the contest out the back, gets it, the gas, didn't even get that fend off of him, but holy smokes, that's how you start if you're Hong Kong China. Denmark putting his hands up for one of the players of the tournament as the kick goes up, and that looks like it's going to sail a bit wide to the left. There's the try score. You can't overstate the value of somebody that can take those kickoffs, especially possession being the most dominant factor here in Rugby Sevens. You've got to win that kickoff, but the ability to go ahead and score tries afterwards, you wouldn't trade them for anybody. Kick is up from Webb. Nice tackle. China. Well-resourced ruck. Players on their feet to the outside. Nice fed, strong ruck. Breaks through a tackler, and this is trouble. Good gas to the edge. China looking to answer back. Nice pass back on the inside. Scramble defense strong from Hong Kong China. Not rolling away. Quick tap. Barrels his way through. Does he get it down? The referee looking. And I think he's calling that held up. And we're going to come back for it, but take another look. Slow it down here. Here's the penalty. Not rolling away in the tackle. The quick tap. Was he back 10? But there's the tackle. Nice job getting underneath it. Looks like that was number 8, Lee. Try saving effort. And here we go. China with the put in. Well, one ball attacking the line. Nice looping ball on the inside. And Denmark coming up trying to make a hit. Stops the attack in midfield. Well resourced. Nice ball to the edge. And again, Hong Kong China's defense staying firm. Probing in the midfield. The skip past the edge. This could be something here. Ball right on the death. And that's going to be a try for China. They answer back with attitude. Well done by the entire team, but look at this ball movement. Probing in the middle of the field. The strike runner dummy on the edge. A nice job, double tackle there, but easy pick up and pull around the corner. When you got a big man take it in, 3 tacklers like that, it's hard to resource on the edge. Heads up play to go ahead and dot that down. Wonderful stuff from China. The kick in the corner is no good. Cheng Shan Shan. Leveling the scoreline at 5 points apiece, and we've got ourselves a match. Try score will go ahead and get this restart back underway. Can Denmark do some more magic? Lifting pod, and nice job by China. They win the kickoff. Good ball movement at the edge. That's what you like to see in sevens. And look at the big man on the corner. Nice fend coming in. Good strong run. Nice loop in the middle of the field. China playing inspired, dangerous rugby. Probing, looking for somebody to cut the line back in. There's the switch back inside we're looking for, and that's going to be a knock-on. Hong Kong, China, weather the storm and get the ball back. Steep line set up to the open side. The offload doesn't go to the hand. This is a problem. Jersey tackle there. Nice ball to the edge. Moving to the corner. China playing composed. And what a fend. Get him off, as he says, on the corner. And look at that strong work on the edge. And a darting run on the 5-meter line. And that's how you attack the edges. Absolutely relentless attack. I believe that's Zhang dotting it down. But look at this strong run, the fend. The step back on the inside, and here's the edge play, but it's that dart run. Support scores tries in rugby sevens. And what a dot down.
10 seconds.
Fast and furious to start this first half as China extends the lead 12 points to 5. And this is the best I've seen this team play all weekend. Maybe saving it for day 2. But you gotta be impressed with the ball movement and the physicality on the corners. Hong Kong China's been pretty dominant with their physical play so far, but really China looking to be the aggressors. And we have the restart. And again, well taken, but Hong Kong China setting a runner through for that tap back, and they get the ball back. A little bit of a dummy. That was Doherty. He's dangerous. That's the turnover. Advantage being played. And we're coming back from a knock-on to the tackle. 5 seconds left in this fantastic first half. And there's the hooter, but we'll have this scrum down.
Guys. Okay. Guys, come here, guys.
Just a little relocation here.
Okay, crowds. Bind. Set.
And China wins it. And just like that, putting it into touch, the smart play. Both teams are tired. China, the 12-5 lead going into halftime. And they are playing some amazing sevens rugby to start day 2. If you're watching at home and you're China, keep doing what you're doing. We're going to go back to the first half highlights, and it started all Hong Kong's way with Denmark laddering up with that strong restart catch and just putting his ears back and getting that ball. You won't see better rugby individually from a player except for this one right here. The guy's been fantastic all weekend. Gets Hong Kong going to the front foot, but China, undeterred, comes back and answers with a try of their own. Just strong running on the corners, taking in 3 defenders. Easy pickup around the corner, the dot down. China feeling themselves here in this first half. And again, get it to the edge, get a strong runner, and just like that, opening up some offloads. Nice dart back on the inside. I believe that's Zhang. And the rolling dot down to put them ahead. Conversion goes through, adding 12 points to 5. But what a first half. Hong Kong, China looking a bit shell-shocked from the physicality China's bringing. Here's the playmaker, Russell Webb. He gets underway in the second half. All to play for here as we get all underway. High restart, Denmark ladders up, and he gets his own tap back. And nice take by Webb. Brave stuff there to get underneath the pill. But the penalty holding on to the tackle looks like. And China again doing the dirty work at the breakdown to get the ball back, and that's what you need to win these matches. Wang right there wearing the number 11. He's been great for this Chinese squad. Scored a couple tries to his name on the weekend. Scrum down. Quick and violent. China rounds the corner with the 9. Onto the edge. Steep line out to the open side. And what a rumble. Looks like a knock onto the tackle. And Hong Kong applauding some brave physicality in the midfield. I'm telling you what, that hurts. It's a big man in number 1. And that's what you got to do with these hard-charging Chinese runners. Yeah, come up and win that collision. Hong Kong, China, get the ball back and looking to make something happen, or even this scoreline. The put-in is good, out the back. Denmark. Right to the edge. China coming up on the outside. Forcing Hong Kong, China back to the midfield. We've got one to the edge. Was that good? Play on, says the referee. Probing. Shooter coming up, and there's a shot. Getting the ball through their hands. Hong Kong. Herbert looking dangerous in the hands of Denmark. He cuts back inside. Somehow maintains his feet. The offload. Back to the inside. And that's beautiful from the men in black. Check this out again, ladies and gentlemen. The pass to the outside. Denmark Steps inside. Nice job. Somehow maintains his feet. The one-handed offload out of the tackle. Support scores tries in Rugby Sevens. That passing channel on the inside. A try scorer's dream as this pill goes over. And that was huge from Russell Webb to even the scoreline. 12 points apiece. And there's the support try scorer in Lee. Denmark making the break on the edge. You got to feed the beast if you're Hong Kong, China. And here we go, the restart in the middle. And a great contest in the middle of the pitch. Hong Kong, China comes away with it. I believe that was Herbert. Turnover, back to China. 1-on-1 to the outside.
Advantage is over.
Steep line to the open. The drift. The switch. The double switch. Back inside. Nice tackle. Pressured up defense. Nice crackback tackle on the inside. And a knock on in the tackle. And you feel the momentum shift. Hong Kong, China finding their inspiration on defense, and they're here for it. And there's the tackle. And right there, it's got to end well if you're Wang. When you hit the deck, got to secure that pill and put it back for your squad. 2 minutes 40 left in this matchup. 12 points apiece, and this is Olympic qualifier rugby if I've ever seen it.
Fine.
Big scrum.
Set.
Ball's out the back. Denmark playing the 10 jersey. Does he get through? What a play call. Whatever mastermind decided to switch that up pays him dividends. Max Denmark with his second in this pivotal match. Nice ball. It was just a one-on-one in the fly-half position. Get him a one-on-one opportunity with that fly-half. Hard right foot step, and nobody's going to stop him. Just under the sticks, knocks it down. Well done, Denmark. And the kick is over. A converted try, the difference. The ball is up. And hit in the air. You've got to make sure that he lands on his feet. That's a penalty. Xing, a little too overeager on that restart.
Yeah.
Scrum down. Less than a minute. Olympic dreams on the line for China. They win the scrum. And what a bump up on the edge, but Hong Kong, China making the tackle. Pressure defense coming up. And the crackback and the knock on in the tackle. Advantage, says the referee. No advantage to the call in Hong Kong, China. Bringing the defense in the second half. And that was impressive. I believe that was Russell Webb coming up, maybe the number 10 jersey. And there's Wang. And the hooter sounds. Hong Kong, China just needs to win this. Big push by China. And the kick is out. And that was a fantastic thriller of a match. Hong Kong, China coming back from a 12 points to 5 at halftime, leveling the scoreline. 12-12, and then a big try from Denmark. What a thriller here in this Asia regional qualifiers for the Paris 2024 Olympics. That's what you came for. That's worth the price of admission. Let's take a look at the game highlights, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams coming up, rearing to go, and it started off on fire. The first restart, Denmark ladders up, two hands, picks it out of the air, gets around the corner, fends one off, and gets his first try of the day. Just individual brilliance on offer for number 4. And that's how you start, but China will not be denied. Again, they answer back with a try of their own. Good hard run, but that support run from the inside. Beautiful angle in the support run. But here we go, on the edge. Denmark has been all over the pitch. Breaks through a tackle, gets his arms free, and nice offload back to the inside. And right again, we keep on saying his name, Denmark, Denmark, Denmark. Slots in at the 10 spot to get a one-on-one opportunity and takes advantage of it. Looking like one of the best players in the tournament, the number 4 jersey, as he goes around and slaps some hands. Playing prime rugby here, right when you need to. Nothing more could be on the line.
Crowd looks on. Everybody looks ready. Are you ready? They're at home. In front of the computer screen, in front of the 40-inch, in front of the 55-inch. As they wind out the Chinese flag in support. The kids get ready to tuck in just a little bit more. That's good to see. Got to keep the troops fed. The knitting club from Osaka waiting. Bated breath joining me on comms. Highlight King himself, Colin Hawley.
Great to be here, Jed. Looking forward to this matchup. Two very strong sides looking for the plate final, taking home some hardware.
Taking home something is better than taking home nothing. And Chinese lead off pretty briskly onto the pitch, and why wouldn't you? Last game of the weekend. And the UAE find themselves up against a very, very tough proposition in China, and perhaps China, vice versa, you could say. Where will this one be won, Colin?
Yeah, China's performance against Hong Kong, China in the previous match was an absolute battle. They moved the ball wide well. They had some big, powerful runners on the wing, and they had support there. They led actually 12 points to 5, I believe, at the end of the first half. Hong Kong China battled back, but they're definitely going to be looking for redemption in this matchup.
The UAE start proceedings. China just bring it straight back at the line. So that's what they're thinking. Let's get it on. They go wide with it. Pressing the edge on a bump. This is pretty brutal stuff already by the Chinese. Blunt force trauma, in fact. And they might have opened them up out wide if they can move the ball to space. Or just go straight through them. That's the other option. And they do go straight through them. Well, I won't say they did it easy, but they made it look easy.
Yeah, that was Big Man Lou on the right edge, getting to go for it, then moving up to the opposite side and that's Wang breaking through the line. Nice job, but they've been so quick to dart around that breakdown. If the pillars aren't set on the other side, or you don't have the fence there, they're backing themselves to go and pick up that pill and take a dart. And just like that, they've gotten a lot of tries and a lot of purchase on that move. Nice job by China, striking first through Shan.
Early points for China. The UAE, they'll have to gather themselves mentally, refocus, and be prepared to do some very, very hard work. Or at least they will see it done to them. That picture perfect, almost in the 10 metre, comes back for China almost by command. The leader again. He is brutal. Tap and go. They're keeping them on their toes. I don't know if the UAE can go with China for much longer if they keep this up. Still. UAE holding them at this point. Vola misses the tackle. Excuse me, China. Plays it quickly. Here's off down the track. Just hanging on for grim death. That one's drifted forward. The stress signs where there's cracks forming in the dam, Mr. Hawley.
Yeah, relentless attack from China. Just trying to do a little too much with that forward pass, but UAE looking absolutely shattered on the fence, making tackle after tackle. Great job scrambling and making those tackles against some pretty shifty runners outside of the edge, but finally getting the ball back. China is looking pretty spry and fresh here in their final game of this tournament.
Let's go. Crouch. Bind. Set.
UAE, the ball through Vola. That looked like he had a hand on it too, but they might get away. They've got the room. He's being run down from behind. The release. Now, will the referee, he plays play on. I love that call. Almost threads the needle on that run. The Chinese player, there is no eye of the needle. There's just a big wide gap. And off he goes. That's what they call a clean pair of heels, ladies and gentlemen. Under the black dot, he aligns himself for 2 extra points. It'll be easy to kick from there. And China put both hands on this game. Very soon, you get the feeling they might start squeezing.
And again, getting a double here. Nice, just a little dummy breaking through an arm tackle. You run at tree limbs, not tree trunks. Run at those arms. And just direct north-south rugby with plenty of gas in the tank. China is on fire right now.
Points duly added to the Chinese total. They start again, and that is almost a carbon copy of the restart before. So he's got that 10-metre line dialed in. UAE now with some possession. Able to find some space earlier down the side of the park. Nice hole. Brought down on the 15 and 50. Discredit. China. Easing up on them in defence. They can probably sense the UAE's out on their feet. There was a neat little bit of play
Advantage is over.
to take possession of the ball. And this could spell genuine trouble now for the UAE. Already 2 tries behind. With 60 seconds on the clock. And that's now 3 tries behind. With,
Oh, wow.
22.
that was a vintage moment for both the player and the commentator.
22 no problem.
It's not often you're as wrong as that. And
Time
what's
off,
and
time
it,
off.
of course it had to be a Fijian.
Slow down, slow down.
How on earth did that happen? Let's
Yeah,
have a
one
look
sec.
at this closely now.
Try yes or no, please.
The experts
Okay.
will all agree
Try yes or no, okay.
if something unusual in a rugby field is going to happen, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a Fijian to do it. And there he is. They are the Time Lords of international rugby.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, poor friend
Okay,
Channy was
okay, I
probably
got
going,
this
what
one.
sort of magic is this?
Okay, UA number 4 kicks the ball
Yes.
in red 9 hands, which prevented probable try.
Yes.
So you should go penalty try and
Yes.
yellow card against UA number 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? Really?
No.
Wait, what?
Penalties, right? Number 4.
He's called a penalty try and he's carded him.
No, restart is.
Okay. Well, now we're clear on that, Colin. You can't do that, apparently.
Apparently that's a yellow card offense.
Yeah.
Surprising to us here in the booth.
Well, look,
Yeah, no, not scrum.
things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah.
Not much I can say about that other than I was right, but I was wrong.
Yeah, not very good.
So, China 3 tries up to 0. And the UAE now down to 6, and there can't be too much time left in this half. What a bizarre bit of action to end that 7 minutes.
Also hurt play on.
And maybe the players can just gather themselves around at half time and breathe deeply a few times and just try and make sense of it all, because I'm struggling.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Nothing.
Happy with that.
No. Yes, same
Might be happy if you just blew for half time. Means you could have a drink as well, Mr. Referee.
Bind. Set. Yes, good.
China rolled the UAE straight off the nut. And now they send it wide. And they might find this ball over the other side. Oh, no. Oh, there's no end to this half. This is the half that keeps on giving. It's exactly what the body needs at the end of 2 days. It's just that extended 3 or 4 minutes of running around absolutely flat out.
Ball is dead halftime.
And that is the rugby equivalent of a mercy killing, Colin.
Yeah, completely. We saw China play Hong Kong China previously. They looked pretty on form on day 2, and no surprise they came out here wanting redemption from that match. And UAE just looking a little bruised and battered in this contest on the last game of day 2. 21 points to 0. Pretty commanding lead from China. Taking another look at the highlights here as we start off the first half of this plate final. China's getting on the front foot early. Wang doing a great job breaking through. A nice little dart around the corner. the first of two for number 5. A nice job keeping the ball in hand. Offload out of the tackle. Wang again finding that switch back on the inside. Nice tackle from the UAE. And then again, just great hands, great awareness, keeping the ball alive. Continuity, and there's the quick tap. And here's the bizarre bit of play. The almost dot down, the kick through results in a penalty try and a yellow card against the UAE. He's going to sit in the chair for 2 minutes.
No, not scrum. Yeah.
That's Vola Vola and an action-packed first half on the side of China, dominating the UAE.
Well, the legal eagles among us should be cracking open the law book and just taking a good hard look at that play. And if you can put a foot under the ball for it to be held up and no try, what's the difference? Just the musings of a rugby madman. Only to you concerned.
We're all in the same boat here with you, Jed.
Welcome aboard the good ship Lollipop, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready?
Second half about to roll out as China in their final outing for the weekend, and the UAE. We certainly have grown in stature and reputation, in my mind, across this tournament. Big team, a strong team, and it's proven to be, from time to time, a team that can generate some real periods of parity, even with some of the best of them. Volo gets himself tied up in the Chinese defence. It's trying to play on quickly, but he's missed the skip, missed the beat there. Well, how are we going to go in here? Is he going to go all the way? No, he can't. We've cut him off. They've cut him off at the pass. Volo loops one over the top. He found a third leg. This UAE team, and out wide it goes. Whoa!
Good game, boys. Good game.
You've got to look back and smile. It's just one of those situations where
Scrum one right
your
now.
ambitions and your capabilities get mixed up.
Scrum close.
Yeah, nice continuity from UAE. They're looking dangerous with ball in hand, finding a bit of their former shape, bruised and battered bodies, and right here, just the big pass on the edge. I mean, that's hard on running up full tilt, committing a player. Don't know if he needed to take it exactly to the line at that pace to get that ball to the edge, but a chance gone wanting for UAE to get some points on the board.
And you know what, Con? Just the way that stands shadows being thrown on the pitch at the moment, that might have been a little bit harder to see than we're giving it credit for. A long pass like that, if it's gone out of the shadow, quite easy to lose. It's to
Too much pressure.
play all sorts of tricks on your eyes.
Scrum again.
Granted, he's been playing rugby sevens for the last 2 days. That also doesn't help.
Yeah, I will check it. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Hold, and now!
Call of hold, down. You can understand that. And they understand the call of get him. Oh, no! The ankle tap. Oh. Of the few things in rugby union that can make a man furious. The ankle taps are right at the top of everyone's list. Holds him, brings him down unceremoniously inside the half, and trying to have to reconstruct the attack that started off their own line. Slow down again and try and move the ball around. eventually through the UAE defence. The kick pass, of course, the kick pass. You've seen that on TV. Dishes it off on the inside. Well, that's outstanding from China. This late in the tournament, everyone's tired except these guys.
Incredible fitness on display. This is top quality fitness, and I think this might be the first kick pass we've seen this weekend. Goes to the hands of Wang. Nice ball back on the inside. Just relentless continuity, getting to the ball, and that's all fitness. UAE getting scrambled on defense, hands on knees, and China just came to play over 2 days. They're looking pretty fit and pretty phenomenal at this point in time.
Conversion attempt of no threat to the goal posts, and that try brings up a fairly comfortable scoreline now for China. UAE, Paulo Perolini, head coach, forced to start thinking about the next cycle. He may not have to go no further than his own academy, to be honest. A great opportunity if you're living in the Emirates and you've got Apollo Perolini running a rugby academy. Goodness gracious me. Don't really need to go too far to learn how to play the game.
Oh, wow.
A breakout by the UAE. Move the ball again. What can they pluck out of these final seconds in Osaka? Well,
Okay, scrum
do a
call.
lot when you don't have the ball.
Yes. That's 5. That's 5. Time back on. Crowds. Bind.
Ready now with the scrum. Minute and a half remains in this fixture. The last outing of the weekend for the team in Red China taking on the UAE. If you've joined us just in time for the Olympic qualifying final, welcome to Yodoko, Sakura Stadium in Osaka as we watch China bring up another 5 points.
It's pretty quick to the outside, pretty simple sevens, get it to the edge, try to beat your defender and flood that inside supporting channel. China just looking incredibly fit here to end this tournament. It's like they're looking like they were playing on day one.
Number 1 being
Well, ruining the opportunity. Perhaps they lost on day one where they got turned over by a fast starting Korea. Second game out, China came out and just pulled the pin out. We've learned over the weekend through the analysis of Colin Hawley, former USA Eagle, about starting on 7 cylinders. It's about what happens at the kickoff and how consistently well you can play that. Being connected in defence, working the width, letting the ball do the work on the width. Had the game beautifully broken down for us this weekend, and you will be ready now, or probably readier than you've ever been, for the Olympic qualifier final as the UAE through Nassau give it one more turn and there's a penalty to keep them encouraged about it. What are they waiting for? Are they waiting for the gap? That may not come. Waiting for the error. That may not come either. A bit of luck, who knows?
No, back home.
They look absolutely out on their feet at the moment, the UAE guys. Is trying to just reach into the bread bin. And they take a sandwich. And they nonchalantly chew it on the way to the try line. Final try. And a double overhand claim. And 36 points to 0 with the kick to come. And the UAE have run themselves to an absolute standstill. And it may be a loss, but I tell you what, if you're a head coach and you see your blokes like this at the end of a tournament, you know they've worked their guts out.
Yeah, encouraging stuff from UAE. Absolutely gave it their all in this tournament. And you just see by the players' looks on their faces and their bodies. You know, it's a hard, battering sport over 2 days, and, you know, they should be proud of their effort. And China just showing up here on day 2, doing a great job, losing the close one to Hong Kong, China, but coming out here and winning the 3rd place. They should be proud of their efforts as well.
So, deserved handshakes going both ways. China, a wonderful performance in their final outing. And a resounding win. UAE, stoically, take the trip home as we check out the final highlights.
Yeah, nice ball down from China, just a quick pickup from the breakdown. They've had a lot of opportunities right there off the corners of the breakdown, just taking it quickly. And again here, heads up play, but a little bit of odd rugby. The kick through, that's going to result in a penalty try under the sticks with a kick out of the hand. You have to crack open the rule book on that one to figure out exactly what was going on, but Lola sits down for 2 minutes. And it was all China in this 3rd place matchup, and it had it all in kickbacks. Kick passes to Wang, getting to the outside, a nice try. He's had an incredible weekend, many tries to his name, and just a well-earned victory by China against a pretty gassed but resilient UAE squad.
Up next, back to the women's side of the draw. When we return, Colin Hawley and myself, bringing you the Olympic qualifier, the team that will represent the Asian region at the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics. The search for the Olympians is about to conclude. Don't go anywhere. Well played, you guys. Outstanding.
Mr. Masato, President of the Japan Rugby Football Union, and Mr. Kasunori Yamahara, Assistant Manager, Marketing Headquarters, Media Promotion of Taisho Pharmaceutical Company Limited, will present China with the bronze medal. 第3位の中国男子代表、公益財団法人日本ラグビーフットボール協会、土田正人会長、大正製麺株式会社、メディア推進部イベント PR グループ主任、山原和則様より銅メダルが授与されます。
Thank you.
Once again, the men's bronze medalists, Team China. 今一度大きな拍手を